Well, welcome everybody to RWB Racing. I'm here with my co-host Vasco Francisco for the Meals on Wheels, an first charity drive qualifying day. Woo! Finally here. How you doing there, Vasco?
Oh, I'm doing fine, Chris. It's an exciting event. We've been putting many hours and a lot of time into this. It's finally here, and man, I'm just so excited. Like this is gonna be interesting.
Yeah. Well, let me go over a few things here. Our drivers are currently getting in all their cars. They're all at the track. Vasco here is going to go ahead and get all of them situated. I want to talk to you a little bit about Meals on Wheels and what we're doing and why we're having this event. So, just briefly, and very briefly, we're trying to raise funds to help feed a lot of people that are stuck at home. It's what Meals on Wheels does. We have set up a URL. You can go to rwbracing.com/donate, and it will take you right to their site where you can donate directly to them. We are not going to take any portion or part. 100% of all the funds raised in this event are going straight to Meals on Wheels in the greater Spokane, Washington area. And so today is our qualifying races. And then the race will be in a couple of days on Saturday. So yeah, it's going to be great. Wanted to give a shout out to Rocket Media, one of our official sponsors, who created that intro video for us. He did a fantastic job. Looks great. So appreciate that. You'll recognize his logo on a few of the cars as we go around. Hey Vasco, how are the guys looking? Are we about ready to go here?
We are, yep. Everybody's starting to get into the pits, and they're just waiting on quality start.
All right. Well, let me go ahead and fire up the cameras here and take a look at what's going on. All right.
So I will. At this moment, I will send Trology, our first racer, to start his outlap.
All right. So while you're doing that, I'm going to let people know. So this is our sponsor car. This is the Meals on Wheels Ferrari, and he's driving the 458 Italia GT3 2013 edition. This car has got a lot of stickers on it. So as you see it driving around the track, it's got every single sponsor that has been contributing to Meals on Wheels for this event. So I want to thank all of them. So we're just going to wait here and we'll see this white Ferrari take off here. The way this is going to work out is the first driver will head out. There are 6 sectors on the track. If you look in the top right corner, you'll notice these gray lines. Each one of those is a sector. He's going to go out. When he gets through the second sector, we're going to send out another car and then 2 more sectors, another car. So we'll have a few cars out on the track driving around. So let me get my camera information together. Here we go. So there is the Ferrari Meals on Wheels. He's going to get his warm-up lap here on his way out, as he's just finishing now Sector 1. When he gets to Sector 2, we'll send out the next car, which I do believe will be who's going to be number
Baylor's.
2? Baylor's. Yep.
It will be Baylor's. Yep.
Yep. So they're going to get 1 outlap. This is their outlap to warm up the tires, get everything together, and then the next 3 laps will be as fast as he can go, and the fastest lap will be his qualifying lap. So we shall see how it all goes here. So he's just finished Sector 2. The other car, Baylor's, has come out in the i-tron Zips drive-through Chevrolet Corvette, and
then next will be Vinny Grasso.
all right, Vinny Grasso is going to come out here shortly. So 1 more sector. So as Trology comes around this corner, he'll get that last sector completed, and we should get our next driver coming out, which should be Vinny Grasso. So let's take a look at his Ferrari. And he is also in the He is also in the 450 at Italia. So let's go back to our first place driver and let's watch him get his hot lap in. He's going to complete the last sector. Not yet here. These guys, I'll tell you what, they have been putting in a ton of practice to put on a great race for everybody to watch. So good luck to the drivers here as Trology comes down here to the final corner. And as he comes around this corner... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, it's really important to get this final corner started because this is actually what dictates your lap time. If you lose, if you get that final corner wrong, it really compounds down this straight and all the way to turn one. So a lot of guys, they've been practicing their approach into how to start a quality, how to carry as much momentum through the final corner to optimize the very first lap of your qualifying. And as you can see, turn 1, turn 2, and now turn 3, it's very neat and tidy. These guys have been practicing. We've had many free practices throughout the week, actually throughout the month, I should say. So they put in a lot of practice, and let's see him carry a lot of speed into this corner. Oh, beautifully done. Touching the apex here and parrying all the way out. Well done.
Yeah, that looked nice. So we'll watch him as he goes through his first lap here. We should be able to catch Baylor's on his second lap out. And for those of you new to the online gaming world, these are not their names. These are their online personas. So yeah, and as a matter of fact, this driver right here, Trology, is my actual son in real life. So it's good to see him out here driving that Ferrari around. All right, he's finishing up sector 3. No, 4. Let's see. Yep, he's finishing up sector 4 or 5 here. This is a sharp, very breaky corner. Take it in nice and tight, up the hill, staying to the left side if you can, because you got a right-hander coming up, and then it's way down to first gear. Right here, he's going to brake really hard, really slow around this corner, and then on the gas. Now, I'm gonna have to say, this is probably the trickiest corner on. Yeah,
this fast chicane is real tough. It's very important to try to carry as much momentum out and run it wide. You got to use all the track, bring it back into the left, brake hard at that marker on the left here, and bring it to the apex. He's running a little wide, but he's going for the late apex to get as much speed. These Ferraris, these mid-engine cars, they really like the late apex approach. And at his first flying lap, a 17.8. That's actually
nice.
Yeah, 2:17.8 is not bad. That is quite quick.
Yep.
And now let's go
switch over to Baylor's here.
Yeah, that's what should be. He's now getting ready to start this. He's actually completing his first lap, and it looks like he's already 2 seconds up. That's not possible, is it? That is very quick.
That would be very fast. Well, this guy is fast.
He is, but that's surprisingly fast. All right, let's see what he does for his first flying lap, and then we'll follow him through. Oh yeah, this is going to be mighty quick. 14. Oh my lord, that is quick. 14.8. He just set the bar high. Wow.
Yes, he did. Well, let's go take a look at Vinny Grasso in his Ferrari and see how he's faring down here. One of the things we've done in this race is all of the cars have different power and rate ratios for each of the cars to keep the competition level. So we'll see if anybody else can match that 2:14. That is awful quick.
Yeah, let's go back to Baylor's. Baylor's has the first sector. He put again another fastest first sector. His second he wasn't a personal best, so we'll see what happens here. But Baylor's is running a mighty time again. So Trology is now starting his third flying lap.
All right, taking a look at him. What's his best lap is still at 2:17, so he's on his.
And now the thing with the Ferraris is, yes, that is off pace a little bit, but the Ferraris they have more race pace than they do have outright pace. So Baylor's, I believe, is in the Corvette, and the Corvette has a really great lap time pace, and so it's going to be really interesting to see how he does. And here comes Trology. He's set. Not too bad of a time.
Easy. Ooh, that was close.
That was close. So it doesn't look like he's going to be able to.
Like that.
Right. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to improve on this lap. So the 2:17.8 is definitely going to be his fast lap. Now that's a very good time. It's just interesting. You know, Baylor's came in here and put a whopping time. I haven't seen that time all week. So he just connected everything together, and that's really impressive. The other guys.
I'm looking at Vinny Grasso here because he is about to finish. He's going through the second to last sector for his third lap here, or his second hot lap. We'll just see what he did. His first was a 2:20, but let's see if he can do any better than that. How do his lap times look from your side?
Grasso?
Yeah.
Grasso, he's doing in the 2:20s right now, so he's building up some speed at the moment. I'm checking here the.
He is on his best lap by almost a second.
Yeah, on his best lap, exactly. So he's building up the pace. I think he's taking his time with the lap. Baylor's looks like he's on another banker of a lap. He's got purple sectors in sector 1 and 2. And he's just about to complete sector 3 now. So we'll see if that's another purple or if it's going to... Oh my god, another sector 3 banker of a lap. So Baylor's is flying tonight.
I bet. Now, Vinny Grasso just came across with a 2:19.1. So he's got one more to do. So we'll see how he can make that work.
Right, and Trology is just about to put in his final flying lap. So I'm just going to let him know that is his last one.
Let's see if he improves at all, and he does not. So 2:17.8 is his. Now, for those of you new, as we go through these, you're going to notice the 3 cars that are not in the pits. It will rank them by who's fastest on the track. Once they leave, though, those numbers might change. So, but we'll keep you informed on that. All right. So, Vinny, who is Baylor's. Let's go to Baylor's because he is coming around to finish up his final lap, and this might be his best lap.
And here it comes, Baylor's.
2:14.320. My goodness.
That is mighty quick. That is mighty quick. Now let's go to V Grasso. Let's follow him all the way. He just put in another best sector, so he's slowly improving. These Ferraris are, like I said, these guys have been tuning all week, but they've been tuning for race pace. So some of them are going to have tunes that do not necessarily favor these super soft tire conditions and low fuel. So he's 3/10 up on his best lap. So that's going to be a good time. We'll see how everybody else does, and then we'll check back. But I really like this Meals on Wheels Rocket Media livery that we got going here.
Yeah.
Number 88, Vinny Grasso, as he comes on the final corner towards the start straight finish. And is he going to improve? And he does, an 18.9.
2:18.938, not bad. All right. Well, that will conclude the first 3 drivers as he slows down for his out lap, or his in lap. That's the first 3 drivers down. All right. So while Vasco is coordinating with the drivers here, so Vinny's driving here is driving the Rocket Media Safeway Albertsons Foundation. I'm not going to pretend to know all of the stuff that these charities do for Meals on Wheels. I do know what some of them are. As a matter of fact, I actually drive for Meals on Wheels and deliver food, and it's a really rewarding opportunity to visit these people and let them know that the world hasn't forgotten about them as they're sitting there. So, you know, reach down in, let's donate. Remember, you can go to rwbracing.com/donate. In fact, I'll put that little banner there at the bottom so that you all can see where you can go, and we'll help these people out. All right, well, let's go take a look at Jack. So Jack is driving the Aston Martin Vantage. It's a V12, and it sounds awesome when it's out on the track. You can hear that whine in the engine as it goes. And he is driving for Aging and Long-Term Care of Eastern Washington. They're a full sponsor car, and that Aston Martin is a lot of fun to drive. So that's our number 29, and that's Jack. Who's coming out with after him?
It is Kitchuation is about to enter.
All right, the Kitchuation. He's one of our master tuners, and he really is great at helping out our drivers, sorting out suspension and aerodynamics and stuff to try to get the most out of these cars. He's really great at it. So we should see him out on the track any second now.
There he is.
There he goes, and he'll be driving in the BCI Construction and Kindred at Home combo sponsorship in the Ford Mustang, and this is it's the Group 3 Mustang. Well, all of these are Group 3 cars. So we'll see how he can wheel that guy around the track. And later on in our broadcast, we're going to bring some of these drivers in so they can say hello. We can ask them some questions and whatnot. But it takes a lot to put on a qualifier, even more to put on a race. So this won't be the only time you get to see these drivers in these cars and hear from them. You'll be able to see that on Saturday. So make sure you come back for all of that. So let's see. Who is up next is going to be Supermex. All right. So let's see. Jack has just come across the line now to start his first hot lap. So we'll see how he does. He's been just tuning this car along with you there, Vasco. Not an hour ago. Just trying to get every last tenth of a second out of these cars that these guys can. It is that close for sure. All right, out comes Supermex, whose car seems to be stuck on the track, not going anywhere. Car needs to go. There he goes. All right. He is in the Spokane Transit Mercedes AMG 2016. That car is so much fun to drive. I love that car. All right. So anyway, back to Jack here on his first hot lap here. Coming into this very tricky left-hand corner, get all the way out on the curbs. There he goes. Then this is just gonna come flying down a quick left and a quick right, and he climbs a little bit of a hill. Once he gets to the top of that hill, he's gonna give it a little bit of brake, and then he's gonna just take that corner, get in there tight if you can, right down to the apex, and accelerate out. Get all the way out to the edge. Keep that car going as fast as possible. Now here's where it's a hard braking, like full on brakes. If this was at nighttime, you'd see, there you can see the brakes glowing as they hit those brakes to whoa those cars up. All right, stay to the left, up the hill. Oh, he's gonna be a little bit hard to pull that corner in, just get her done. Then hard on the brakes, all the way down into first gear or second gear, depending on your car.
And as we keep doing the broadcast, I'm going to invite Trology, if he can, to jump into the party chat here and just to get a couple words from him and see how he did. And essentially where he felt like he could have done better or where he was struggling. Because, it'd be cool to get an idea of what the racer was thinking.
And now Jack's about to cross the line for his first hot lap. Let's see what he's got there.
And speaking of which, and here we have Trology. Hey, welcome to the chat. So first off to that, well done on those hot laps.
Thank you.
But first off, how was the car? How did it feel? And where do you feel like you probably were, where you could have got a little bit more out of the car? Because it looked like you were really quick, but there were times where you didn't really improve. So there must have been something that you're going to work on for the race.
Yeah, my first hot lap I went out, I ended up putting out a personal best. Car felt great. I hit everything the way I was supposed to, but unfortunately, that's not how the car always runs out. The car seems to struggle a lot on the last chicane. It's just got so much power. You gotta slow it down and really take it easy. And I find myself losing a lot of time to there.
Right. Now, correct me, and that's good to hear, but correct me if I'm wrong. I believe that you and your team, you guys have been working more towards the race pace, right, for Saturday, and not so much for the qualifying. Do you feel like there was a lot that you could have, a lot more time you could have probably got squeezed out of the car if you had focused more on the qualifying, or do you feel like it doesn't really make a difference and you're happy with the way the car feels over race distance?
You're absolutely correct. Yeah, we spent a lot of time focusing on the race itself. Obviously, qualifying is super important. But, we probably could have put more time into focusing on our quali trim. But overall, we're really pleased with the result that we got.
Right. Thanks so much, Trology. Honestly, it was really great to see you out there. And like Chris was saying, Trology is one of the newer drivers in our league. And just tell us a little bit about that Rockamita that I believe it's just one of the many sponsors. We did mention your car has all the sponsors for this event. So is there anything that you wanted to say in regards to that?
Rocket Media is a company owned by a close friend of mine. When I told him about this event that we had going on, he kindly offered to create us a nice intro video to give us a more professional look here. He's looking to create his business and grow as a social media platformer and to help others build their social media platforms as well.
Right. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Trology. Now I'm going to let you go back to the other guys, and thank you so much for stepping by, man. It really does. I really appreciate getting kind of a little bit of an inside of the mind and just kind of what the racers are thinking. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well done. Good luck Saturday.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
Wow, man, that is so cool. So here we are. We're on. I'm paying attention here to Jack. Jack is just finishing his fourth lap, which is his third flying lap, and now he is, if I'm not mistaken, he is not necessarily improving this lap, but we'll see how he does because he has that blistering, also another really fast 15.4. Now that's really quick. That's only about a tenth off of Kituation's best lap, which he just posted just now at 15.3. So this is gonna be interesting to see here. And I don't know, maybe we can let these guys go, finish their hot laps, and then we'll get maybe another guy to come in and talk.
That sounds good. I've been trying to keep track of each of these guys as they're going. So Jack is finishing up his last hot lap here. So let's see if he can beat that 2:15.4. It looks like he's off his pace by about half a second from the looks of the last timing loop he went through. So we'll see if he can make it up on the final corner, which is going to be hard to do.
Yeah. Right, but this Aston Martin, this is actually a very quick car. It has really, really great acceleration. But I've heard over the weekend that Jack has been struggling on the brakes. So it's going to be interesting to see if that's where he's been losing all the time, or if they managed to find something and and possibly he was happy with that 15, and he was just putting in times.
Now, looking at Kitchuation, now Jack has completed his at a 2:15 4:87. It looks like if Kitchuation, let's see when he goes through the next sector, if he's doing any better than his previous lap. And when he comes around this corner, he'll hit the next timing loop, and we can see what he comes up with right here. And he is, he's about a tenth of a second behind his last lap. So that 2:15 3:55 might be his.
That is really fast. The race pace, I think, is going to be around the 16s, 17s. So these quality laps, they're faster, but I mean, these are really, really fast times on this track.
They are.
Yeah, this is a very long track. So we'll have him.
And he was close. He was only off by 2/10.
Right. Oh, so close. But I believe he gets one more lap, if I'm not mistaken.
Nope, that was his last.
No, that was his final. Super Mex is just about to finish his lap. So let's go to
he's
Super
halfway
Mex.
through. He's halfway through his last lap, and his last lap was 2/100ths of a second slower than Kitchuation. So, and he's on a better lap this lap. He's on a personal best lap now, so he may be able to steal that spot away from the Kitchuation. So let's see how he does as he's finishing up sector 5 or 6. Sorry, I keep getting my sectors all messed up. Apologize, folks. Sharp turn. Okay, hug that left-hand side. Stay way to the left. All the way up the hill. There he goes. And then he's got that right turn right in there, full speed. All right. Down he goes into the turn. That Spokane Transit Mercedes. I like the colors on that car. That look nice. All right, coming into the final chicane. Oh, look who's just joined us. Hey, Jack, hang on one second there. We're going to watch one of your competitors. He's on a personal best lap as he comes around the final corner here. Let's see if he can beat that 2:15 3:72. And it's gonna be close. Oh, not quite. 2:15 3:72 is what he ends up with. Not bad. Not bad at all.
And speaking of not bad, Jack, that time that you put in, that was quite impressive, man. How do you feel? How do you think that car was handling? I noticed that during the week you were talking about the brakes just weren't up to par. Do you feel like that's where you were losing it, or did you kind of solve that issue this time around? Because that 2:15 is mighty quick.
I'll tell you what, thanks to the help of the team, but it did feel really good out there during qualifying. I really can't complain about the car. It felt great. I think if anything, the driver held it back a little bit, but I'm looking forward to the race pace, and I think we should be pretty quick out there and hopefully very competitive.
Right. Okay, yeah, no, and but what was it about it that just wasn't working? Was it a certain sector? Was it more the beginning of the lap, or what did you feel that you were missing just to get that extra oomph, if you will?
If I could break a little bit later, I feel like coming into some of the slower corners, I might be able to go a little bit deeper and have a little bit more of a chance. But, I am able to pick up quite a bit coming into some of the faster corners. I definitely have some of the advantage there. So there'll be points on the track where I feel like I'll be able to, overtake other drivers, and there'll be points where I know I'm going to have to be a little bit more cautious and, defend my lines a little bit more to make sure that I'm not giving up a position. But I think overall, the balance of the car is what's really important. And right now where the car stands, I think it's going to be very competitive come race day. So I'm looking forward to it. And, with the balance, again, I'll be weak in some areas and very strong in others. So if I can make that work as a driver, I think it should be a pretty good look come race day.
Okay, that's great, man. Good luck, man. Honestly, that was really fast laps. We were all kind of not expecting to see low 15s and high 14s. So it's honestly, you're really up there. Hopefully you get a really good position and you can get a good start on the race. Thank you so much for coming by, man. Appreciate it.
I appreciate you having me, and Thanks again to my sponsors, Aging and Long-Term Care of Eastern Washington. Just wanted to give him a quick shout out. I appreciate the support, and we'll see you on race day.
All right.
All right, thank you so much. Appreciate it. This guy's a class act. I love it.
Have a great day.
Take care, man.
Well, here is one of my favorite drivers out on the track right now, Joey Canoli. I love this guy, both personally and out on the racetrack. He is driving the number 12 Kaiser Permanente Porsche 911 RSR 2017. If there's a guy that can wheel a Porsche around a track and do well, that's this dude. That's my personal opinion. He's pretty great.
He is really quick. I saw him in practice earlier, and he was really just kind of eyeing out the competition. He was trying to see where certain guys were fast, where others weren't so quick. But in the meantime, I'm going to send an invite here to Kitchuation to jump into the party chat, and we can get a couple words with him, see how he was doing. In the meantime, let's keep an eye on that, and I'll send somebody else out in a sec.
No problem.
Let's keep in mind, guys, this is one of our first times handling a massive event like this, so we're just getting our ducks in a row, making sure that everything is done correctly.
Yeah, we do. We're doing what we can. That's for sure. And I want to give a shout out to the folks while you're doing it. I'm going to give a shout out to the folks at Meals on Wheels. They have been doing a stellar job getting their sponsors together, getting all of this stuff together so that we can get the logos on these cars, we can get the drivers selected, and just get it all together. And so once again, if I have the URL here up on the banner, rwbracing.com/donate, and feel free to donate. Let's help feed some people that could really use it. All of the drivers are volunteer drivers, just like these ones are. Only they're not driving any meals around in these cars.
No, they're not. And one of the volunteer drivers, RWB Kitchuation. Hey, Kitchuation, welcome to the stream. And I was just watching you going through those laps, man. It looked like you were pretty in control of the car. How was it out there? Hello, Kitch.
Kitchuation, are you there?
Hey.
Oh, there you are.
There you go. Okay, I'm live on air. Good job. But yeah, the car felt good. Got a little setup help, helped me get through the qualifying, and it felt better each lap I turned. It turned out to be pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I heard that a guy was obviously at these practices. I heard during the practices, it felt like you weren't struggling for necessary speed, but it was just. What is it about that Mustang that you feel that you still need to improve between today and race day?
Well, as you know, racing is one of the turns, and this car is pretty peppy on the straightaway, but it didn't have the turning that I desired to have. Right. I worked on it a little bit before this qualifying session and got it to turn a little better. So it helped me actually get through the track a little bit faster, keep my qualifying time up, and I actually set up a real good qualifying time.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. That was really quick. So that's why I was wondering. I'm like, you must have found something like last minute.
Yeah, just a couple of adjustments, make it more nimble. That's what it needed to be because it was real stiff and it just wouldn't cooperate. So just made it more operational, I guess you could say.
Right. That's good to hear. Man. Well, your lap time was really good, but the real question is, how do you feel? Yeah, the real question though is, how do you feel in race trim? Do you think you got something to put that car on the podium, or are you gonna have it? Is it gonna be a late night tonight?
Well, as any racer would tell you, if his qualifying setup is a qualifying setup, and I'm gonna find a race setup for it. Basically, I'll probably go back to what I had before because it didn't scrub the tires off so bad.
Right.
Keeps you out of the pits. It was actually more economical on fuel, so I'll probably just go back to that or something close to it with a little hint of what I just put on the car now, just to make it turn a little bit better, keep me competitive. But so I'll try the best of both worlds and make it work for me.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Thanks so much for that insight, dude.
Okay, fellas.
Yeah,
Kid.
so for people who don't know, Kid Tuition is one of the master tuners at RWB Racing. So it's always great to hear the information that he has. So thank you so much, Kitch, and I appreciate it.
Fellas, thanks for having me. Y'all take it
No
easy.
problem. You too, man. Have a good night.
Good night.
Well, during that little interview, I noticed Joey Canoli's first lap out was in the 2:15s. So these guys have really stepped it up from what I was watching in practice by almost a full second faster. So I think they're all feeling like they really want to get to the front of that starting grid to give them a better chance at getting on that podium at the end of the day Saturday.
Right, yeah. No, that's definitely what it looks like. But see, it's like Kid Tuition just nailed it on the head here. You know, a lot of these guys have been practicing for race trim. So it's interesting to see what they can do. Presumably, they are all with running their regular setup that they're going to be running in the race. So it's interesting to see what they're going to do with that setup in qualifying.
Yep. Now, Crimson is about to take that Rockwood Homes Corvette across the line to put some time down for his first lap. So let's see here what we can get out of this car. Number 33 coming across the line is a 2:16. All right, so and that was his first lap, getting all warmed up.
Yeah,
got a
so
little
he's
less fuel in the tank, so he
should
should
be
faster
building up the
second time
speed
around.
here. Right.
Now, looks like we're about to have an opportunity to get another car out on the track here shortly. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, we're gonna get another thing. But before we do that, I just want to invite Supermex in here. Hey, Supermex, how you doing, man?
Good. I'm a little under the weather. It was a good qualifying session, so I'm pretty happy with the Spokane Transit Rocket Media MG Mercedes tonight.
Oh, perfect. That's good to see. Yeah, we saw you out there, and I mean, you were running some pretty decent times. But do you feel like that AMG is more suited for the corners, or is it more for the acceleration?
You know, the small twisty stuff was good. It struggled a little bit. You know, I was on the struggle bus in that long-term 5, but you know, other than that, I think the car did real well. The RWB racing team gave me a nice ride tonight, and I was pretty happy with it.
That's so good. And Chris, you got another question there for him real quick, as I said, Night Kid?
Yeah, so Supermex, I know that you've been with RWB just for a short while, but you've made a heck of an impact in our league. And it's really nice having you out here in our first ever charity race. How does it feel to be a part of RWB Racing?
You know, I really enjoy it. It's a great group of racers, guys and gals, and we're from all over. So I really enjoy it. I appreciate the opportunity to be in this race, and hopefully I show well for Rocket Media and Spokane Transit. You know, I'm a little under the weather, so that reminds me.
Right.
Those of you on the that use Spokane Transit, visit www.spokanetransit.com and check out their coronavirus updates. And remember to wear your mask on those transit lines.
Nice. All right.
Right
Thanks,
on,
buddy.
man. Thank you so much.
You know what reminds me? That also reminds me that this Saturday at Kyoto Driving Park, Spokane Transit's going to have the fastest ever express route. So if you all want to jump on that bus, you're welcome to.
Right. Awesome,
Nice.
dude. Awesome. All right. Thank you so much, Supermex. It was a great having you here, man. You're such a blast to watch on track and to talk with. So good luck for Saturday, and hopefully you can use that quality to shoot yourself up into the top positions right off the bat. Thanks so much.
Let's hope. Thanks.
Well,
Bye, guys.
Thanks.
Bye.
Now look at that. Joey Canoli was on the fastest lap through the first 5 sectors of his last lap. He comes in with a 2:14.771. Wow.
Right. Unbelievable. That is mighty quick.
That is only 0.4 of a second slower than Baylor's. Now Crimson, his last lap was a 2:14.763. Slightly faster than Joey Canoli, And right now, he's on a purple lap. And for those of you that may not understand what that means, purple means that you are going faster than anybody else in that sector on one side, and on the other side it tells you how much faster and through the whole course. So he is on track to beat the other Corvette. I forgot to take a look there at that last gap. I think it was like about a tenth of a second faster than Baylor's was. So let's watch him as he comes around. I know Night Kid is just about to start his...
Yeah, currently Baylor's is still holding the fastest lap with a 2:14.3.
Yeah,
so Baylor's is still in first. Right.
But Crimson is only behind by 8 1/1000ths of a second from him.
That's
Oh,
unbelievable.
no!
Oh,
No, Crimson!
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Oh! And he crushed it. Oh, he was on a... Oh, he was... That was his... Oh, that's just... I hate to see that. Oh, you hate to see that.
Yeah, that is unfortunate, man. That is super unfortunate.
Oh, jeez. Sorry, man. Truly sorry. Well, that was his final lap of the night. So he's going to be sitting there still at 2:14.763. He's only the third driver to be in the 2:14s today so far. Joey Cannoli, he's done. So let's see, Night Kid's out now on his first hot lap. So let's take a look at that. That is the United Healthcare and Hell Kittens Viper SRT 2015. And Night Kid, he's a veteran Navy guy. As a matter of fact, he is another one of the father-son teams at RWB Racing. So this guy here is the son of the Kituation that we just talked to earlier. So, yeah, there's that. So as he comes around, he's halfway through here. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
And I noticed that one of the sponsors is the United Healthcare Community Plan, but I also noticed this kind of angry little kitten on the side of this. Talk to me about this Health Kittens.
So
this seems like there's a story there.
I kind of want to let Night Kid tell us about that when we get a chance to talk to him. I understand it's like a secret society of donators for
okay.
wheels or something. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what it is. But it was. They tried to explain it to me. I'm not sure I fully understood it, but nonetheless. So here he goes. He's going through. This should be. It's not a quick lap. He's a little behind the pace right now. He may not have gotten a good start out at 2:19. But now the car's warmed up. The quarter tank of fuel gone out of the car, so there's less fuel in there to worry about. So let's see. Crimson is out on the track.
He's about to exit. He's exiting in a parking right now. That is his final one. And then I'm about to send in another racer here. Let me just. So I'm going to send out here Venom now.
Oh, Venom, yes. Venom is driving the Banner Bank Viper, so we're going to have two Vipers out on the track together. That'll be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be cool to see what their race pace, their qualifying lap is right here. Yep. And then after we'll send out Spider Team once Night Kid comes in. I realized that we had 3 cars going in all at once, but it was just too much to keep track of, and I was basically I just had too much that I was focusing on. So we'll just do 2 at a time. It's a big track, but this isn't Lasarth. It's not that big.
Now, right now, Night Kid's actually about a half a second ahead of his last lap at the last timing loop. He's going to come around this sharp second gear corner. He's going to be stabbing the brakes all the way down. Hug that inside corner if he can. Out to the power. When he comes across, let's see, he's 7/10 faster than his last lap. So by the looks of it, he should be in the 218s when he completes this lap.
Yeah, he had sector 1, 3, 4, and 5 were all personal best sectors. So this looks like he put together a really nice lap.
Yep. So let's see if he coming across. That should be in the 18s.
17s possibly, 18s.
Oh,
Yep.
there it goes.
Mid 18s. Nice. That's really good. So let's
Now
see if
take
he
a
improves
look
on
at
this time.
I'm going to take a look at this Banner Bank Viper really quick here. This is Venom driving this car. He's been with RWB Racing for a very long time. I don't know personally much about Banner Bank, but I will by the end of the series because I really like to look at that car. So Banner Bank is well, I'll let him tell us either during an interview today if we do. If not, we'll be interviewing some drivers on race day as well.
Right. So, some of the drivers aren't available for tonight, but we will get a talk. We will try and talk to everybody. We are missing one driver tonight, unfortunately, but he has been scheduled to make a lap another time. The thing with this online racing is that things come up, so we're not going to start people from pit lane like you would in real life for not being able to put in the quali.
Right. Absolutely. Well, just another reminder to everybody. This is a charity event that we're trying to raise money for Meals on Wheels in the greater Spokane area. And you can go to rwbracing.com/donate. And you can help support a great cause and getting food to the people that need it. I know I keep saying that over and over again, but the truth hurts sometimes, right? So you just have to listen to me talk about it.
We gotta try and help as much as we can. That's the whole point of this thing. We got a good group of guys and girls in Spokane that are they're constantly volunteering and putting a lot of time and effort into helping the people that need it. And we respect that sort of stuff here at RWB Racing. So we're doing our part, or trying to at least, and help raise money, and also put on a show while we're at it. So.
Speaking of a show, we got Night Kid coming across. This might be his best lap. It was a 2:17.6. That'll do it for him there. Not bad. A 2:17.614 he pulled. Not too shabby. All right, so let's see. Venom is still out on track. He did get a little bit off the track and got caught up in the track edges. So we'll see if he can make some of that time back up.
We're just waiting here for Spider Team, I believe, and here he comes out.
All right, I'm gonna give this Banner Bank Viper a little bit of look-see as he comes across the line for his first hot lap and see what kind of time he's got. That'll set him up for a nice, fast next lap as he's got that less fuel in the car, so he should be able to go quicker than this, and it'll give him a target. 2:17.8, not bad. So
that's really good, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, even if he doesn't beat that one, that's gonna sit pretty well. For a good chunk of you that may not be into the racing world, as some are, all of these cars will probably qualify within a 1 to a 2 second gap between the first place and last place qualifiers. That's how close this is. So imagine how long this track is. It takes 2 minutes and 15 seconds plus to get all the way around it, and these cars are all completing it within about 2 seconds of each other. That's how close this racing is. As a matter of fact, he's on his best lap right now. Let's take a look here. So Spider Team is out on the track in the other Aston Martin. This is the Guns and Gurneys Rocket Media Aston Martin. And this guy is Spider Team. He's been with our group for quite a while and races some of the other leagues. So he is going to be racing for 2 different sponsors. Our one of our media sponsor. Oh, easy as he goes off. That is going to.
But it is his outlap, so that's
Yep.
not too bad.
Yep. He'll be able to make that back up. It's just getting those tires warmed up real nice. And it looks like we have our third driver out on track. This is C. Winkle and driving the Grocery Outlet Mustang, one of our big sponsors for Meals on Wheels. And when I say that, being a guy that's driven for Meals on Wheels, every one of the little bags that I carried all the food around, every one of them said Grocery Outlet. Every time we get a load of bananas, Grocery Outlet. These guys have really just been so generous with Meals on Wheels. And I'm sure I don't even know the half of it. I just know some of the things I see and hear. I am sure there's a lot more going on there than to be expected. A little bit about this driver. We definitely want to bring him in for an interview later on today. He's one of our founding members of RWB Racing.
Winkle, yes, he is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he's been in this league. Yeah, he's a founding member. Him and another man, Rusty Clark, who goes by the gamer tag of Outlaw. Yep. And these guys have been putting in lots of hours developing this group, getting talent together. And, I really love racing with these guys because these guys aren't just, they don't just put the group together. They are actually quite quick. So it's really cool to race with these guys. These guys are one of the nicest people around. And man, that Corvette, that Mustang looks real cool. That Grocery Outlet.
Yep. Well, you know what? Let's go back and take a look at Venom here. Venom is currently out. He's on his best sector right now by 9/100, so almost a tenth of a second faster. And his last lap was in the 2:16. So this should be a pretty good lap for him if he can make it up in a couple more sectors here that he's got left. This will be his last lap, and let's see what he can do with this Banner Bank Viper. Hard on the brakes. Is that sharp corner? That corner is so interesting because it feels off camber when you look at it. So the weight distribution in the car is just a little weird, and so you can't go as fast to the corner as you think you can, and you gotta be more careful with it.
Yeah, you gotta be very, very, very careful on the throttle because if you load up that outside rear tire too much, it'll just spin on you. And one thing the Viper's really good at is producing power and putting it to the rear wheels. And sometimes, like that.
It was just like what happened to Crimson. The exact same spot. And now he's got Spider Team coming around. He's staying out of Spider Team's way, yielding that spot so he doesn't ruin Spider Team's run. Spider Team's on his first hot lap, so let's see what he does on his first one out. And he's gonna be around a 2:18. All right. So Venom
go on.
Sorry, I was just gonna say. So Venom's fast lap is a 2:16.965. All right.
All right, and I believe in the chat we have with us now RWB Crimson. Hey, Crimson, how's it going?
It's going pretty good, Chris and Vasca. How about yourselves?
They're not too bad, man.
Yeah.
So, for those of you that don't know, Crimson is the owner of the RWB Facebook page. So you usually see him a lot posting funny videos, posting very race related stuff. So he's the guy who you go to. He's our visual storyteller, as they call on Facebook. So Crimson, how was that lap? Because it looked like you were progressively getting faster, and then all of a sudden you just pulled the pin and started putting in 2:14s.
Well, it's funny because the car feels great. I've got a setup for it. I'm using my racing setup right now.
Right.
So for me pulling 2:14s on super soft tires, I'm very happy with the result. I feel I could have maybe hit a 2:13.
You were on
for
par.
That spin out.
You were on par. You were about about a tenth.
Yeah.
It was between the 10th and 2/10 faster than Baylor's, who currently has the fastest lap. But like that chicane of death right there is going to be what's going to mess up people for this race for sure.
And it is. I mean, you've got to take it at the right angle. You got to make sure your brake balance is set properly, which mine, it wasn't. It was set to the rear, so when I turned and hit the brakes, the back end just kind of swung out on me. And kind of caused the car to lose control. But, I mean, right now, I'm happy with the Rockwood Community Homes Corvette and where I qualified so far.
Right, and that's going to put you in a great position for Saturday's race. Now, what do you think the strategy is going to be for the race? Do you think it's going to be, kind of put on some soft tires right off the bat and just hope for the best, or do you think you're going to have to play a little strategy, a little mind games with your competitors?
I think you'll have to play a little bit of a mind game. Just due to the settings of the race, I honestly think you might be better off starting with a harder compound and getting those out of the way first, and then go to your softer and gain on the pack, eventually gain a lead, and, stay up front.
Right. All right, man, that's awesome. Thanks for the insight, dude. I mean, honestly, best of luck on the race. We'll talk to you again probably a little bit before the race, but appreciate you coming out here. And man, that was some mighty lap times.
Yeah.
So thanks
awesome
so much, bud, and good luck.
Thanks, bud.
Yeah,
good luck.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
All right, the Grocery Outlet Mustang coming across for a 2:16 now.
16. That is quick, also. Yeah.
Now, Spider Team ran, his fastest was a 2:18. His last lap, he had a little bit of a mix-up, so he is on his last hot lap. So I'm going to kind of give that car a little bit of a look-see here for a little bit and see when we get closer to the end of his lap, and hopefully he can make that up. But a 2:18.8 is not bad.
Not at all. No, not at all. Let's see, who are we missing here? J-Rod.
Yeah, we still have...
we still have J-Rod to go.
Spider Team's finishing up. And, yeah, so J-Rod... yeah, that's the last one. I've been documenting all of their times here, so... we got one missing, so we have Winkle, J-Rod, and Spider Team that need to complete their qualies, and two of those three are out on track right now. So here comes Spider Team actually coming down for the last corner here. So if you want, you get after he comes through, you can send J-Rod out.
Right, he's coming in for the final, correct? Sorry, I was just on a different screen here.
Nope, that's fine. Spider Team is crossing the line now for his final lap, so we'll see if he can beat a 2:18.876. And he won't, so a 2:18.876 will be his final. So let's see, Winkle is he's at a 2:16 was his second hot lap. Now he is down through the chicane of death. I think that's what we'll just call that for the rest of the event. That was a tricky one because you want to go fast, but it's you have to be so careful with it. So let's see, and as he's coming down, it's going to be close. 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh, best lap, a 2:16.804. All right, so we've got one left to do, and that will be Mr. J-Rod. Once we can get him out onto the track.
And here he comes. He was just waiting for some clear space on track, and beautifully done.
Perfect. All right.
So now,
this is
there anybody you want to talk to at the moment, or should we just kind of give another run, maybe from a cockpit view?
Let's do a cockpit view of inside this Porsche for the last drive around in J-Rod's Porsche. He's got the Horizon Credit Union and I can't remember senior aging something. I forget. Here, I'll just look on the car.
Yeah, it's a senior action
network. That's
network.
It.
Right.
So
yeah, no, there was another
of...
one that was very similar, and it slipped my mind for a second there. Complete brain fart.
Yep. You know, I can't believe we waited all the way to the end to show everybody kind of what these drivers are seeing from inside these cars as they're driving around. So, J-Rod's in that he's in that Porsche 911 RSR as well, and just the same as Joey Canoli, same two cars.
Joey Canoli put in 214, so he's got some big shoes to fill with this car, and that's for sure.
Yes, he does.
And if you notice, sorry, as you were saying, Chris.
Yeah, I was saying that the for the viewers, there are two of each of these cars. If you put that together, 2 Corvettes, 2 Porsches, 2 AMGs, 2 Ferraris, 2 Mustangs, 2 Vipers, and 2 Aston Martins. So 14 cars, or 7 cars, 14 drivers. So they're not really teams, but we wanted to kind of make it really interesting. So. J-Rod, this is a great view. This is really getting people a view of what is it like to be behind the wheel of these race cars, driving around the tracks, and the realism that a virtual auto race is. You know,
right? And this is actually kind of a funny thing that we left J-Rod for last. This was not on purpose, but he is also one of the admins at the RWV Racing. This guy is really quick. Funny enough. These cars were picked. The drivers didn't actually pick. They were kind of assigned, and they were kind of at random. But out of all the cars J-Rod got, it was really between this and the Lamborghini, and this is his favorite car. So I'm sure he's really pleased to have this car. He looks really planted on here. Going into turn 2 and 3, this sequential here going on, you really got to carry a lot of speed. It's hard not to get onto the curbing and scrubbing a lot of speed. This corner here, going down the hill with the sun in your eyes, it's really tricky because it's a long sweeping left-hander, and you got to carry a lot of corner speed on exit right here. So that way, when you're going down the hill, you're carrying anywhere near 100, 130, 145 miles an hour.
He's at 150.
Almost 150, yeah, and then it's such a complex series of corners here because you're going from all that speed in the first sector and second sector, and you come to this really slow section. So your car's got to be able to do both. It's got to be able to go quick in a straight line, carry a lot of speed, and these technical twisty parts. This is what I really like about this track, and I just got to mention, this is not a real track in real life. This is a created track by Polyphony Digital's Gran Turismo, but these tracks are so realistic you wouldn't believe that they're not real. Kyoto is an actual region in Japan, so that is not created. But this track itself, the layout, it's just one of my favorite tracks. It's just got a little bit of everything.
Yep. And you know, what's interesting too is some of these drivers are driving on their controllers. That would be you and maybe 1 or 2 others. And some of us, which also will be you, drive on wheels with pedals and brakes and steering wheels with shifting and all of that, and force feedback and the like, which I do. And you wouldn't think it by looking here, but when you're driving these cars on the track, even in a virtual race, you can feel the road. You feel every bump and bend and rise and fall in the track. It's about as close to being behind a real race car as you can get. And as a matter of fact, you could do some simple YouTube searches or Google searches, and there have been drivers that were virtual drivers in this game in PlayStation's big and Gran Turismo Sports big events that have gone to drive real race cars.
Yeah, and of course, every race car driver is going to say, it simulates, but it's nothing like the real thing. And it's true. You are lacking, you're lacking that inner ear,
the G-forces,
the G-forces in your inner ear, and a lot of guys, you always hear this, oh, I can feel it from the seat of my pants. Oh, I can feel it, in my rear. Basically, they can sense the way the car is moving, and your natural reactions start to take over. So a lot of guys that have this talent, when they start to get onto a wheel, which simulates a lot of the force feedback, they're missing that element. So a lot of the fast guys, they still can drive quickly, even though they don't have these things, and that's what they experience. So, but what I wanted to say is that it's really interesting that any racer at heart who loves to race, give them a car or give them this. If they can't drive in a car, they may complain this and that, but they're going to be racing here and they're going to be grinning ear to ear. They might lie to you and tell you they're not enjoying it, but they deep down they're enjoying it because that sense of competition is still there.
Oh,
and that's the biggest key that is
absolutely
needed.
The drivers in our league are very competitive, and we have many other races that go on. You know, so those of you that have PlayStations and want to try this all out, hey, come to rwbracing.com, check out our website. You can and these media channels, but you can come here and start out with never driving these cars ever. And every one of these drivers, as competitive as they are, will all bend over backwards to help you succeed and get better. I think that's one of the greatest things about race car drivers. They all want to see everybody succeed.
Yeah, it's that camaraderie that in this group that's really cool. You know, everybody's really friendly. Everybody wants to succeed, and we have kind of this motto at RWB. You know, if I make you faster, it's only going to make me faster.
Yep.
Because at the end of the day, as you elevate your friends and you get your friends to get faster, they start learning little tricks or they start getting quicker, and you have to up your game. You know, you have to up your game. You got to get more competitive. That racer mentality kicks in, and you start to really get more drive, more feel. And man, it's been a pleasure racing with these guys, and it's actually been a lot of fun doing this Meals on Wheels charity event for the Spokane region. It's really getting a chance for some of these guys to show what they've got, and it's like you said, we're all competitive. So even though we all know each other, by gosh, not one of them wants to give up a position to their buddy behind them.
Nope, not ever.
Right, Chris?
I know you and I have had many a scuffle in our Super Formula Series trying to get the better of each other, and it's just friendly competition, and it's a lot of fun. That's for sure. Now, here comes J-Rod on his final lap, right? Yep, this is his final lap. Now he's trying to beat 2:18.044, and he's about 7/100ths of a second faster than his last one. So
he's going a little wide here in this corner, but he's bringing it right back into the apex. He is still 7/100ths up on his fastest lap. So let's see what he does here. Just on the other side of this corner is the sector. So we'll see if he lost any time in this sector here. Yeah, he lost 2/10. So I think going wide, that just goes to show, you know, it's almost nothing, but just a little bit going wide, and you lose so much time. And let's just go back into cockpit view here and watch him cross the line.
Sounds good. On the gas, get her done. Full
and Chris,
speed.
you've been like you said, you've been writing down the lap times and whatnot.
Yep, sure have.
Beautiful. So we're not missing anybody. We have 13.
That's everybody.
That's 13 racers, correct?
That is correct, sir.
All right. I must have missed one person because I was looking here on my sheet as well, and I dropped the ball. I clearly missed somebody. So
all right, man. It's all right. The
luckily,
only
there's two of us, like always.
The only one we got left is the urbansettlements.com AMG driven by Outlaw, and he will perform that on Friday, the day before the race, and he will get slotted in. So as it stands right now, Baylor's is definitely on top with that 2:14.320. We have only 1, 2, 3 drivers total that reached into the 2:14s. So,
and 2:14s were mighty quick, because you even heard Crimson when he was talking. He wasn't expecting to even get near those times. And I think Baylor's, what happened was Baylor's came in here, set that time and everybody was just like, "Whoa, where did that come from? Where was that pace during practice?" Because he's really fast, and he's also one of those controller users. He's really fast, but I think some of them were not expecting that time. That's to say the least. I certainly weren't, and I'm pretty close to I'm pretty close to the top lap times.
Yep.
So that was stunning.
What's interesting is the difference between Baylor's the top three. The top three is a difference of, let's see,
like 7/10.
3.5 tenths of a second between the top
That's
three
cars. 3.5 tenths. Wow.
Yes. 214, 320, 763, and 771. I mean, second place and third place are only a difference of just over 1/100th of a second. I mean, that's how tight these lap times are. So, what a spectacular job! Well, hey, Vasco, I want to give one more shout out to everybody, and just to remind everybody, thanks for watching. I really appreciate that. We really had a good time putting this all together. Remember, you can donate at rwbracing.com/donate. You can also go to our website to look at other information about the race, and the race will be happening this Saturday. We are going to be opening up the pre-practice lobby around 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern, for about 45 minutes to let the drivers get warmed up, get everything set up. Because this is a virtual event and internet is involved, we want to give ourselves plenty of time to sort out any kinks that might show up and whatnot. And then just before 6 o'clock, we're going to begin our final event, the main event broadcasting for all of you. And you can come watch. They're going to race for 90 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, which we didn't really mention to anybody before, these guys were all racing on the same tire compound for the qualifying. But in the race, yes, sir?
Yeah, sorry, I was just going to say, you're on a different screen, right? I'm just going to reset this lobby now for the guys to practice a little bit more.
Yep.
Perfect, thank you so much.
We're all good. So the bonus is that during the race, they're going to have to pit for fuel. They're going to have to pit for tires, and there are some mandatory tire requirements. Vasco, if I said this wrong, please let me know. We've made a few minor adjustments, but I do believe it's 10 laps on the soft tires, 10 laps on the medium tires, and 10 laps on the hard compound tires. So
no, I believe. Sorry, you are right. It is 10 on hard, 10 on mediums. There is no requirements at all for soft tires.
Oh, perfect.
The soft tires, the soft tires, they're going to be able to run as many laps or rather, they can run it as few laps as they want. They don't even have to run the soft tires if they feel like it's not going to be a good race tire.
Yep, because keeping in mind that there is tire wear, so these tires will wear out, and as they wear out, they get less grip. They can't go as fast around the track because they can't make the corners as quickly. So, and
just to give like, for example, just an example for the viewers. The soft tire, though it is the fastest tire, it wears out at a rate of almost 3 or 4 laps quicker than the medium. So meaning that by the 7th lap on that soft tire, you are now doing lap times slower than what the medium tires are doing. So it's going to be interesting to see what people choose to do. I noticed we talked to Crimson, and Crimson said that it might be better to get rid of the harder compound tires and then move up to the soft tires. I sort of agree with that tactic. I think that it's going to be very important to get rid of the mandatory tires. Not necessary to say get rid of them and put them on the shelf and don't use them again, but it's going to be interesting to get rid of them so that way if you choose to use them later, you can.
Exactly. All right. Well, hey, Vasco, thanks a lot for joining me for this. And
Thank
and
you so
and I
much.
will, and you and I will be together again here on Saturday, come race day. And for those of you watching the stream right now, if you're interested, we have other races on the channel to go check out, so you can watch them. And I guess that's it from me. Anything from you, Vasco?
No, that's everything. Thank you so much.
All right, everybody, take care, and we'll see you next.